Welcome back to the Jonah and Ben podcast. Today is April 21st, 2026, 6:46 p.m. Tuesday, and I emphasize the Tuesday because this is a midweek podcast, the first of two midweek podcasts we'll be doing this month, because tomorrow the Rebels host their midweek opponent, our most hated, the Capital United, tomorrow at 7:30, which means it kicks off at 7:40 p.m. I'm joined by the Ben and the Jonah and Ben podcast.
I'll just start off with this. The mayor smokes crack. Fuck this team. Fuck DC. Fuck everything about their city. Fuck them. I'll start with that.
Do you want me to put rant in the title?
Yeah.
And in the thumbnail?
Yeah.
I will.
Red Bull are coming off really their worst loss of the season.
That's not true.
I would say it is.
I won.
How?
The Charlotte loss was worse.
I'd say the other Montreal losses worse than that.
No.
That felt worse.
I disagree with that.
Red Bull.
Charlotte lost 6-1. That's embarrassing. No, that's worse. 6 goals? Come on.
But this is Montreal we're talking about. The worst team. They're supposed to be the worst team in the league, and we lost. We got swept by them.
They just matched up. I mean, yeah, they beat us 7 goals to 1. I mean, we saw that. But the Charlotte goal is still worse. The Charlotte game is still worse. We'll just disagree on that. There's no use in arguing.
It's a more shocking loss.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm arguing.
True.
What did you want to talk about?
The New York Red Bulls will take on Scum tomorrow, 7:30. Red Bull Arena should be about 15,000 people there. The attendance this season has been awful.
It's also a midweek game.
Yeah. So I'd say actually 12.
No, I'd say 14, 15. You were right the first time.
Yeah. DC United are coming off a 0-0 draw at the Philadelphia Union. The important part about that is that the DC United own GM made a mistake saying that they have 3 stars on their jersey because of using ChatGPT. I just think that's really funny that even their own GM doesn't know what they're fucking talking about.
Yeah, it's very embarrassing, especially coming off that horrible penalty loss to Knoxville. Though we did talk about that in the last podcast. I just want to bring that up one more time. Wow, that video of that wheelchair exploding is crazy. Brought to you by Fox 5, local New York, New Jersey. For the Red Bulls, Justin Shea will not be returning. Dylan Harper. I got my mind on the NBA playoffs. Cameron Harper, we're not sure will return. He still has not played yet this season, so it'd be nice. Do you know who could be out for DC United?
Former New York Red Bull Sean Niels will be out for DC United in his what would have been his return to Red Bull Arena since getting traded this offseason. He's out with a broken collarbone, which sucks.
Sucks for him.
Another
Aaron Rodgers.
Big absence for DC United is likely going to be Gabriel Pirani. He's in the doghouse for Rene Wheeler, so it's not going to. Even though this is a midweek game, he's probably not going to play for them.
How do we look up? Well, that's not injury report. Oh, here we go. 44 minutes ago.
Well,
perfect.
That's
Snealis out, shoulder, they're calling it. Gabe Segal, you said, lower leg out. Hakeem Karamoko, out, illness. And Luis Montanu is questionable with thigh injury. And questionable, again, for RB&Y is Cameron Harper. Again, I would love to see him play, even start. We saw Dylan Neal's start a couple games on the questionable label. Marcucci, his ACL injury, and I mean, obviously, and Justin Shea, hamstring, is still out, which is a shame because he was our best center back until he got hurt and he pulled his hamstring at Toronto. So, do you think these injuries affect the game, or is it just more of the same?
I think this is a really big absence for DC United, losing Luis Montanu to injury. Oh. He was their big...
Well, I mean, it's questionable.
Yeah, but he was their big Romanian DP signing in the offseason. Obviously, they brought him in and Baribo for their attack. I think that could be a big difference for them because their offense has been very weak this season. They were really not able to muster anything up against a shitty Philadelphia squad.
Yeah.
I mean...
0-0, right?
Yeah.
No surprise in the Israeli derby. But for RBNY, I guess I haven't watched much of anything of DC United. Their squad is definitely differently constructed than it has been in previous years. So RBNY's new, youth attack. We'll just, I guess, have to look at the tape. Well, that's up to Bradley. And I really don't know what we're expecting for the Red Bulls tomorrow.
I think an important note for this game is the return of Caden Clark and Jared Stroud to Red Bull Arena, because those two midfielders can make or break this game for DC. In their last two games at Red Bull Arena, unfortunately, Scum have been able to get results. First getting a draw and then beating us last season at Red Bull Arena. I mean, unfortunately...
That was a different manager, though.
It was, but... It's still the same terrible team that we're facing. They still look the same.
It's still the rivalry.
Yep.
But they did, of course, go with their UNC movement in the offseason. Now one of those UNCs is out. RBNY went with their youth movement. So we'll see if Julian Hall can score another goal on Saturday. God, it's hard to look as bad as Forsberg has. 2 of the last 3 games, or 2 of the last 4 games. Is Miami the third most recent game?
Yeah.
So the Miami game and the Montreal game, he was just dreadful. I think for RBNY going to win, they have to play through the wing. They have to play through Marshall Reddy and Cowell and Ruvalcaba. I think that would be the 3 players I'm looking for most in this game.
I think another very important note for this game for the Red Bulls is the fact that they're playing 2 of their biggest enemies in previous years.
Rivals.
Coming in the form of goalkeeper Sean Johnson and striker Ty Baribo. Of course, Johnson was the shot stopper for Chicago Fire, Toronto FC, and New York City for so many years. And especially with that New York side, it just stonewalled us every single time we fucking played them. And Baribo, sure, he was very good for Philadelphia, but he really didn't score too much against us. But in the games he did, we fucking sucked in those games.
I know you're just referring to that Open Cup quarterfinal, but yeah. Yeah, I guess Baribo. I think RBNY actually might manage to, knock on wood, keeping my fingers crossed. I think they should be able to cover him well with our current CBs because they're kind of similar stature to him. Baribo's not terribly quick, but he always just finds a way to get in open spaces. I mean, he's a poacher. That's what he does. But even with RBNY having arguably the 2 worst center backs in the league, I think they should be able to keep him covered. Anyone else for DC that you're looking out for in this matchup? No? Okay.
I did. I don't know if there's really anyone else on Scum that
then
really
who are your keys
is
for the
notable.
Red Bulls?
The keys for the game for the Red
2
Bulls.
or 3 players.
I think
or 4 or more.
I really want to see Cameron Harper return because last season against Scum, he was the reason we won at their stadium at Audi Field. And the year before that at Audi Field, once again, he's scoring. He's the Red Bulls against DC United. If he doesn't play, we're fucked. I think if Cameron Harper plays in this game, we win. I'll just put it that.
I don't hate that take, actually. But what if he comes on as like a sub in the 75th minute? You think we still win just because of Harper?
I wouldn't say that, but I do think there's a good chance that yes.
Oh. Wow. The silence is deafening. Tomorrow we will make the trek to RBA. Anything else we want to bring up besides the fact this is just fuck DC United? There's a lot of hate in this, even if both clubs maybe kind of what you expected this season, or what the clubs expected this season. That doesn't mean either of them are particularly good. RBNY, of course, living on the edge of postseason relevance, still in 8th place, and DC right behind them in 9th place. Though, of course, RBNY have an extra win, 3-3-2 to DC United's 2-4-2. They both have pretty awful goal differential. The one thing, I think the very important thing to note, RBNY have conceded 19 goals in 8 games, and DC have conceded 9 goals in 8 games. So I think it's opposites. But RBNY have scored 12 goals, DC have scored 4. So it's basically opposites meet up in this rivalry, which I think, I don't know, I'm looking forward to. I want to see who gives out, the offense or the defense. Movable force versus stoppable object.
I like what you bring up there, how we concede for fun and they don't score at all.
Yeah.
Like, if, unfortunately, Horvath
tortoise in the hair.
is an awful goalkeeper. I don't know if it's a system or it's just he fucking sucks. I don't. Statistically, he's one of our worst goalkeepers, of all time.
Still not as bad as Orlando.
Yeah,
or Montreal.
How?
Or Cincy. Well, no, the same as Cincy. But DC have the least amount of goals in the Eastern Conference or in the league.
Guess what his
MLS.
GAA is?
I don't care. 1440.
It's 2.33.
No,
that's really fucking bad.
Pretty good. I thought you meant the XG faced against him. Yes, no, goals allowed per game. Yeah, that's more of a hockey stat, but but yeah, I guess Red Bulls. It's not great to be averaging 1.40 per game. It's the same as your cross the Hudson River rivals. So it just means you're mid. Which with Bradley, I don't know. It's hard to gouge anything. It's just we're now approaching. It is basically the quarter season carnival. We're exactly 1/4 through the season when we get to about 35 minutes into the game or something.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting. I think. I don't know what you would grade the Red Bull season so far, since it was hard to have any expectations with the lack of signings that they made. Of course, outside of your 2 DP / star, face winger. But I don't know if you were to give Red Bulls a grade through their 9 games that they've played, including Open Cup, what would you give them?
A C+.
I was going to give them a C, but I think when you include Open Cup, maybe a C+.
Because because Bradley's coming in completely new, everything's fresh.
Yeah,
even the GM's fresh.
The GM hasn't helped them though, because they
but
don't have any center backs.
We've inherited
the one center back they did sign is hurt, and the other one they signed sucks. So.
Well, the other one we signed is in Colombia.
Well, no, Volodar and Shea. Who is that?
We signed him for $1 million from Colombia. He's literally we're waiting on visas.
What about Bunky?
Bunky is probably not going to play at all.
They announced him. That was a big deal. No,
we loaned in this guy from... what the fuck?
Let that sit. No, I'm kidding.
We loaned in this guy from Leipzig and... as an experiment,
okay.
And he doesn't play.
One thing I do want to bring up, of the Rebels' 8 games, 5 of them have been away and only 3 of them at home. So I think Rebels' form, again, knock on wood, will pick up. Well, actually, it's the same for DC. So interestingly, for DC, 6 of their first 9 games will be away. I know we like to shit on them, but that's just a difficult way to start a season.
Can I note something about that stat?
What? What?
Jesus. One of those DC home games was at...
what? All right.
MNC Bank Stadium, so it's really 7 road games.
You're right. But then Rebels played a double away game by that logic, since we played the second ever game in New Stadium. I don't know. Anything else you wanted to bring up, maybe? In this fuck DC United game?
No. Fuck DC United. And their mascot's chopped as fuck now. Why did they give him a new face?
There is no undefeated teams left in MLS. Nobody can go invincible, and we're only 8 games through the season. I don't know if that says a lot. That's a good thing or a bad thing, but that is interesting. That there isn't a single team who doesn't have a loss. There are 2 teams that don't have a draw. Montreal and New England. But New England have a game less, so it's not fair to count. All right. Are we doing our match day, what is this, 9? Yes, match day 9 predictions?
Yep.
All right. Tomorrow is April 22nd, a Wednesday. We'll be at RBA. We won't be watching playoff basketball or playoff hockey. We'll be watching RBNY, DC United, Atlantic Cup, Sports Illustrated Stadium, RBA. Columbus host LA Galaxy. How have these teams not been in an MLS Cup final? Feels like they should have. All right, who you got?
In this matchup at Lower Outcome Field,
Scott's Miracle Grove Field.
I've been really high on the Galaxy this season, and I'm going to keep...
Scott's Miracle...
And I'm going to keep gunning with them, and I'm going to say a 2-0 Galaxy win.
I just said gunning with them. 2-2. I like both of these teams in general, but not right now. NYCFC host FC Cincinnati at the house that Jeter built, Yankee Stadium. Who you got?
Can I just say neither team wins?
Okay, just draw.
No.
Okay. God, Cincinnati is just awful. I think if it was at Citi Field, I would pick Cincinnati to win, actually. But since it's at Yankee Stadium and not the team that has lost 11 straight, knock on wood. I mean, they're playing right now. I don't know what the score is. Let's look it up. We have time. Yeah, Mets. That was stupid. 2-1 NYCFC. All right. Orlando hosts Charlotte FC in Bad versus Evil. Who you got at Internco Stadium?
Charlotte, Orlando. I'll take 2-0 Orlando victory.
You think Orlando can beat Charlotte? No. 3-1 Charlotte victory. Orlando are just woefully bad. Toronto FC host Philadelphia Union at BMO Field. Who you got?
1-0 Toronto.
2-1 Toronto. Atlanta hosts New England Revolution at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on Fox Sports 1.
I'm going to take this as the Revolution's first draw of the season, 2-2.
Atlanta 3-2. Only because it's on Fox and Tyler Terrence is calling it. I don't know. Dallas hosts Minnesota United at Toyota Stadium. Who you got?
Minnesota 2-1. James Rodriguez scores his first goal.
James? Okay. Okay, fine. James.
Never mind.
James. No, you were about to end it.
No, I was about to sneeze
Then why did you touch my phone?
because I wanted to pause it.
But it was just... Why didn't you ask me to pause? If you click this, it's over.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway. Dallas 2-2. Houston hosts San Diego at Shell Energy Stadium. Who you got? I'm done saying who you got. I'm done.
San Diego hasn't been in the greatest form, but they're still one of the better teams in Major League Soccer. And Houston has been very cold until their win against the El Paso Locomotive. Locomotive.
Faker.
I'm going to take a San Diego 2-1 victory.
Lewis Morgan hat trick. I'm kidding. San Diego 3-2 though. Real Salt Lake host Inter Miami at America First Field. Who you got? Fuck, I said it. In this battle of Cubans versus Mormons.
Is this the most far-right game ever?
It's top three.
This is the most far-right MLS
It's only
game.
between that and when Argentina played Alabama in a few months. But, MLS, yes. No, it is.
2-2.
It's like Cubans versus Mormons. Couldn't get more far-right than that. We're going to get Mitt Romney ex-Messi picks, which is crazy. And fanfics, which Neymar will be writing. God, this is so boring. 1-1, I guess. It's going to be boring. Is Messi even going to play? Probably 5 minutes. LAFC host Colorado FC. What? LAFC host Colorado Rapids at BMO Stadium. LAFC coming off a humiliating result to San Jose.
I could see this being 6-0 LAFC, but I could also see it going the other way and being a
6-0 Colorado?
I could see it being 3-2 Colorado, so I'm going to guess...
It's not the other way, though.
I'm going to guess 4-2 Los Angeles.
It's not the other way. This is the late night game. LAFC 4-1. San Jose host Austin FC at PayPal Park in the final game. Well, yeah, whatever, you know what I mean. The 10:30. Who you got?
I will take the San Jose Earthquakes coming off the biggest win of their last few years with a 2-0 victory against Austin.
Chris Espinosa is different.
He plays for Nashville.
He is different.
That's true.
Speaking of, Nashville don't play tomorrow. It's a weird schedule.
I think they get
8 teams don't play tomorrow. But 24 do. Oh, wait, what? 22 do. Sorry. I mean, it will be 32 teams eventually. I'm going to pick an upset. 3-1 Austin wins. Why not? The Trees versus the Quakes. Fuck the Sharks. They missed the playoffs for the 10th straight year, by the way. Sharks. RBNY hosts DC United, Red Bull Arena, Atlantic Cup. Who you got?
I'm going to take a Red Bull 3-2 victory with Emil Forsberg, Julian Hall, and Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting scoring.
Okay. Red Bulls 2-0. Cameron Harper, Julian Hall. DC goes home crying. Fuck Ovechkin and fuck DC United. Anything you want to add?
Fuck Freddie Adu. Fuck Ty Baribo. Fuck Sean Johnson. Fuck Caden Clark. Fuck Jared Stroud. Fuck him. He fucking sucks. Fuck that fucking traitor. God, fuck him.